Hey, how's it going everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all doing great. It is a really hot day today here in New Zealand. I am about to go and take the car out for a test drive just because recently I've been chasing a little bit of an issue with the car shuddering and shaking a bit in 4th and 5th gear. I did think originally it was the front engine mount on the car because I've had some problems with the bolts staying in. But I've gone under the car and checked that it was alright. In the last video you might remember that I actually put on a blow-off valve block-off plate on the car, which you can see down there. So when I put that on the car was actually running really well. It spooled up quickly, it was responsive, it didn't shudder or shake in 4th and 5th gear like it did when I had the blow-off valve on there. I have since put the blow-off valve back on after making that block-off plate, and the car started running a bit average again. And I think the fact that it's blowing off all the air that it's building up is actually messing with what the MAF is supposed to be reading on the car. So what I'm going to do is I've just chucked the block off plate back on now, and I'm going to go out for a test hit again just to see if the car feels any different when I drive it. If the problem has gone away, I'm going to put it down to the blow-off valve maybe being a vacuum leak or a boost leak, and the MAF not metering the amount of air that the blow-off valve is expelling when I come off the throttle. It is a bit of a niggly problem to sort of chase down, but you know, it sort of has to be done. I don't really want to go out driving in this heat. It is a bit hot, but there's no other way for me to figure out whether it's fixed the problem, I guess. So I'm going to put you guys down, give you a little bit of a cold start, and then I'll shoot out and I'll let you know how it goes. Sounds so good when you cold start it in the shed. It just echoes a lot. I love it. So I'm going to go ahead and hit the road and I'll let you guys know how it goes. Cool, so I've been driving around for about 45 minutes to an hour now. I'm just at the Hamilton Lake here, parked up. The car is running a bit better in between shifts when I have the blow-off valve port blocked off. It's not, you know, richening up real hard in between shifts, and it's not sort of like being a bit jerky, I guess. But when I go to wide open throttle in 4th and 5th, it does still sort of shudder and buck a bit. I can sort of break through it if I pedal the throttle and I push down a bit harder. That breaks through and then the power comes on real smooth, but it's only ever 4th gear and maybe 5th when I really notice it. Sometimes it comes on in 3rd, but not really. It is a bit annoying because I can get full boost and clean shifts from 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, and when I go into 4th and I start to floor it a bit more, the car does shake, and I sort of have to like ease off on the throttle and bring it out of boost and then bring it back in again to keep going. But I've been looking into it a bit and I still can't really come to any sort of conclusion as to why this would be happening. No doubt with a bit more investigating I'll get to the bottom of it. The car does have pretty much a brand new ignition system. The spark plugs are new, the cap is new, the rotor's new. I do have some new clip-on spark plug leads on the way from Bro Sam. Big shout out to him for hooking me up with those. I'll chuck those in. I don't know if that's going to fix the problem, but it's worth a shot. The coil and the igniter are still, you know, the same ones that were in the car, but that's never given me an issue, and I don't think that's what might be causing it. But yeah, aside from that, outside of 4th and 5th, the car runs mint. The dosing sounds pretty good. It flutters pretty loud, not as loud as I'd like to be because it's got a MAF and an air filter on it obviously, but if I deleted those the car would probably dose a lot louder. It does have a billet wheel, so it's a bit stronger than the ceramic one obviously, so it can take the beating. Yeah, right now I'm pretty happy with where the car's at. I just need to sort of figure out why it's doing what it's doing, and that should be about it. Right now I'm about to shoot back home, let the car cool off for a bit. I might give it a bit of a wash, and then I've got a new used SPATS Strut brace that I'm going to chuck on in the rear engine compartment. I have already gone ahead and cleaned up the mounts, the bolts and the hardware, and the strut bar itself, polished it up. I've cleaned them all, painted them, and all I need to do now is just go ahead and install it, so I'll show you guys how to do that as well. But for now I'm just going to head out, get out of the sun, maybe fill up the car. It's a bit low on gas, but I'm just going to shoot home now and I'll see you back there. Arrived back home now, got the car just sitting here idling. I'm just letting it cool down because it's been a bit hot. I haven't actually shown what the car sounds like on camera, so this is it with a bit of a rev. Just gonna shut it off now, let the turbo timer do its thing. I'm gonna chill out for a bit and then I'll get into probably washing the car and chucking the strut brace on. So there go all of my plans to start washing the car today. Bloody started raining. I guess we did sort of need this. It's been real hot lately and all the grass is turning brown and stuff. The rain will help out with that, but that's not too good, eh, chicken? Mate, it's just thunder. Chill out. What? Relax. It's just thunder. Don't need to get so worked up. Cool, so it looks like the rain has finally passed. It's all nice and dry now. So I'm just shooting over to the shed and I'll get the strut brace installed. Oh, there she is, sitting in the dark. And here she is, just sitting here between the lift posts, all covered in water and stuff, still dripping wet. So, as for the strut brace, I'll just show you, it's over here. So these two here are the mounting points for the strut brace that go on top of strut towers, and this is the hardware that goes with it. As I mentioned before, I have already cleaned these up with a wire wheel and painted them. I just put some silver sort of spray paint on there with some clear coat on top. I polished up the hardware that came with it as well, just to make it nice and shiny. Those two there will go with the actual strut bar itself, which I've got sitting over here. So this was real faded and stuff before. I've already gone ahead and polished it, which you can sort of see there. It's faded a little bit, so I might polish it again when it's back on the car. But this has two mounting points there, one there and one there. Both are threaded and they go inside the bar, and then that's where the two mounts will attach when it is in the engine bay. It's a pretty common thing on MR2s for the clip that holds this to the engine lid to break, and mine's broken and I could probably get a new 3D one printed, but honestly it's such a pain in the ass having to take this out of the car and chuck it in every time. I'm probably better off just buying a new gas strut mount kit to go on the strut top there to the lid, or I might as well just make my own one. You'd think in the 2 years I've owned this car I probably would have found a better solution than to just keep this behind my seat, but turns out I haven't. So I'm going to go ahead and get started by taking off the inspection panels on either side of the engine, chucking the mounting plates onto the strut tops, and then laying the bar into the middle. I'll get it adjusted, tighten it up, and then that should be all good to go. The strut brace will provide some extra stiffness in the engine bay along with the factory cross brace that's already in there. It isn't anything special. You can get ones that are a lot thicker that run the whole way across. The strut brace that I'm installing over there pretty much cost me next to nothing, so why not chuck it on, I guess. But yeah, let's get into it. Boom, there it is, all finished and in the car. The install was real easy. I mean, I was being real careful, making sure I wasn't gonna like damage the paint or anything like that. But yeah, it all lined up really nicely. I've got all the mounting and all the hardware all tightened down now. Got the X-brace back on. It is real sturdy. It doesn't make a single noise or like any wiggling noises when you shake it. No, yeah, I'm really pleased with that. I like the finish on it. I think the paint came out great. I'll probably go over with some metal polish and tidy the main strut bar up again. But yeah, that was all I was really sort of aiming to do today, was see if I could sort of figure out what was going on with the engine shuddering and shaking, get the blow-off valve blocked off, go for a drive, figure it out, and get the strut brace in. I got this a while ago actually, it's been sitting on the shelf since. I was just sort of waiting for a good day to sort of put it on, film it, show you guys how it's done, I guess, and yeah, give me something to do. But yeah, thanks for watching this video, guys. I do really appreciate the support. I am trying my best to sort of find time in between working full time and in between all the things I have to do on the weekend to get some stuff done on the car and figure everything out. Strut braces in, still sort of figuring out what's going on with the engine. I do have some new used white line sway bars and some suspension arms with poly bushes there, which are probably going to go on in the next couple of videos, I think. I am still waiting on maybe picking up some sway bar reinforcement plates, but I'll get into that in another video. But again, thanks for watching. I really appreciate the support. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.